Hi, guys. Surprise, surprise, these new ways of doing things. I thought we were going to take a thumbnail and instead we came live. So, welcome and hello.
So here we are, live and in person.
We're about 5 minutes early.
I noticed you did a test. Was it earlier today?
Well, that was because last Sunday when I tried to go live, it wouldn't let us. I wanted to be sure we were going to today.
That's a good idea. You had 7 viewers, by the way.
Had what?
It had 7 views when I checked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess you faked them out. Oh, boy. It's a quiet day here, thank God.
Yes, it has.
I don't need any drama right now.
No, I think we've had all the drama we can stand for a while. Is that all right there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Lisa.
If everybody can hear you.
They can hear me fine.
Okay.
I was worried about whether they could hear you. I can yell and they can hear me with no problems.
Yeah, I used to be able to yell. Hi, Lisa. And
Lori from Firefly Farm.
Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Good to see you, son.
Josh says he can hear you fine, too. Lori, are you underwater yet? Hi, Barbara's Rule. Good to see you. Hi, Christy Betts. How are you? Goodness, we've got quite a few showing up all of a sudden.
People dropping in real quick. Good
Huh?
deal. People dropping in quick. That's good.
Yes,
Cool.
it is. It means they're watching for us. That's wonderful. Don't forget thumbs up, folks.
Oh, boy.
Just raining now. No crazy winds yet.
Well, that's good.
Is it supposed to be coming in right near you, Lori? Hello, Albany Mountain. We're doing well, and thank you very, very much for sending that wild lettuce, the seeds, and the tincture. I'm going to have to pick your brain on how to make the tincture so when we run out, we'll have more.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it seemed to help.
Good to see you too, Josh. It's supposed to be for pain. Maybe it just relaxes you, and that's why it helps your coughing.
Oh, no.
Joe, hello.
Take your pain. Hi, Joe. Oh, boy.
Wild lettuce is his new nickname.
Yeah, go for it.
Josh, it's appropriate.
So what's new with y'all? Things are pretty quiet down on this end of the woods.
Hi, Lisa Clark.
Hi, Lisa. Just kind of wondering what's going on in everybody else's world.
Yeah, it's hot and clear. No rain in the forecast. It's overcast because it's just hot, and when it gets that way in the summer, it gets overcast.
I guess if you're up the East Coast, kind of sucks right now.
I'm sorry, you what?
If you're up the East Coast right now,
Yes.
was it Henry or?
Well, that's where Lori is. That's from Firefly Farms. That's why I was asking her if she was flooding.
Yeah.
Hot and sunny where you are too, Bob? That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty hot today.
Yeah. Well, it was 90-ish when I looked earlier.
Yeah, it says 89 right now. That's about right for 1
Well,
o'clock.
that's why I say 90-ish.
Yeah.
Drops family, welcome. Send you some rain. If we could send it, believe me, we'd be sending it out to the folks that need it. But we don't have any either right now.
Yeah, Josh's weather is real nice, 64 and cloudy. I could handle that.
Joe just got finished groceries and showers. All the stuff. He says he's going well, but busy.
Well, at least I'm glad to hear the hurricane hasn't hurt you too
Yeah,
bad.
really. So glad it helps. I think it works more like Valium. Oh, okay. I'm glad to know that. Dry as a bone in Spokane. Hello, Amy. Welcome.
Hi, Amy. I meant to wish you guys happy anniversary yesterday, and I never did get back online, so happy anniversary, Amy, to you and Brett both.
And I sent him a happy belated this morning.
I was just Didn't get to it yesterday. I'm sorry.
For those who don't know, Amy and Brett had an anniversary yesterday. And Amy has a birthday coming up. So August is a busy month in their household.
Yeah. It's kind of busy here too, sort of.
Hmm?
It's a little busy here too. But
Yeah, not real. It would be
I
busy
hear-
if I paid any attention to my own birthday, but I don't.
I hear Kareem in there tearing up papers in the bottom of his cage.
Oh, yeah. He's having a good thing with that. Good time with it. And I've got a whole bunch of fresh folded and ready to go in, so I'm changing the cages today, but I think I'll give them a
Yeah,
bath.
I need to shred some more, but
The shredder is jammed.
jammed up. I'm going to have to, I don't know, take some tweezers and pluck some stuff out or something that's just gotten jammed up.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't just get a new
I don't,
shredder. That was
if
old
it's-
and it was used when we got it.
Yeah, but it still works.
True.
Granted, this is the first time it's broken down, but if I can get it running again, it runs just fine. It does a good
Okay.
job.
Well, we'll use it until you're ready for a new one. Then we'll go get a new one.
Yep. I can't see replacing it when it's still working okay, but
True.
what's y'all's opinion on that and replacing things that work? Who does that? You know, if you've got something that's doing a job for you,
Hi, Ruth.
what are your feelings on replacing it with something that does a better job just because it does a better job? Do you live with what you got, or do you migrate to something better?
Josh, yes, the birds shred stuff, but not the way I like it. I drop that shredded paper in the bottom of their cage to give them something to play with, and it also keeps the odor down between cage changes.
Yeah, if I had my druthers, if I could really afford it, I would use wood chips in the bottom there. You know, the pine chips or the
Pine shavings?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I would use pine shavings.
Lisa only
Lisa
replaces
replaced
when
when broke.
broken. Drops doesn't.
Yeah, use it till it don't work more. That's kind of my feeling too.
Got a new toy, David. It's a Rock Island AG-12 Defender shotgun.
You know, I figured, Joe, if you get any money, it probably goes for weapons of one type or another for you, big guy. It's,
Well, I talked with my friend up the way, and it looks like tomorrow morning we will be bringing the chicken coop over here. It won't be set up. Yeah, it won't be set up, but it'll be coming here. If you
Oh,
can
good.
afford, better get that and sell the other one. My KitchenAid mixer was a game changer. Yeah, I love mine. I really do.
Yeah,
Christy's
squeeze the
piece
last
is the
drop
last
and
drop.
take it.
That's
Yeah.
cute. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm inclined to use something until I just can't get it to do what I want it to do anymore. And if I can figure out a way to patch it up or do something with it, I'll do that until it just won't go anymore. Kind of like myself.
Now I look, and if I see something that works better or something that's different that I haven't tried before, I'll buy that and give away what I had before. Just from the money never comes out of the household stuff. I know how that goes. Hard to just throw away something that's still working. There's enough waste in our landfill. True, Ruth. Very true. Drops is just cheap. I resemble that remark. It offends me that
Yeah,
we used
Ruth,
to
I
be
agree
called
with you. There is
citizens.
enough waste.
Then it was taxpayers. Now we're consumers. We should be offended by that term. Well, I would be offended, except I do
We are
consume.
consumers. I mean,
I also create, but I do
I'll be real
consume.
honest with you. I mean, we are killers, all of us. Every single one of us is a planet killer.
Hello, Sean. Good to see you.
And that's what we've been doing for thousands of years, is just killing everything around us to shape it to what we want. Whether it's wildlife or the environment or whatever you want to call it.
I just realized I'm on the center of the screen and you're off in the corner.
Doesn't bother me.
There. It sticks you a little better.
Yeah, Amy, I know you guys do try to retry and use everything. I know you guys do that.
Same here, Albany.
That's one of the attractions that y'all's lifestyle has to me is you do use what you got. Yep. And Albany, that's kind of the way I feel too. If I have something that I can't use or isn't doing a job for me and somebody else needs it, I'll pass it. Well, for example, I'll give you a case in point.
I like Lisa Clark. She says she's a seasoned old bird citizen.
Couple of months ago, I bought a little exercise bicycle that you can use sitting down, and you just kind of crank it with your feet. And it just, seemed like a good idea at the time. But when I got it, I didn't like it. So obviously I put it off to the side. Well, Kate's sister was here the other day, and we gave her Kate's old Hyundai, and we'd had it fixed up and got it ready for her, and she came by to pick it up. And while she was here, she happened to notice that little bicycle sitting on the floor, and asked if that, was did
How
any
we
good,
liked it, basically.
And I told her, I said, I really wasn't using it. If you want it, take it with you. So she did, and I hope she gets some use out of it because I wasn't. So anyway,
And she's using it, and I'm happy to have it.
yep. So if I've got something I've got that I am not using, I'll pass it on.
I prefer to pass it on rather than sell it.
Yeah, I'm not good at selling stuff.
I'm good at selling stuff. I just prefer not to.
Older shelves to break in. Wow, Express Magnum. Yeah. 15 pellets in a shotgun shell. That'd be a pretty good jolt. There's metal for breakfast. How you doing there, partner? And North Shore Preparedness Low.
I'm starting our prayer list early.
Yeah, Amy, that's for sure. We've got some people up the East Coast that are going to be getting hammered here pretty quick.
Hi, Metal.
That's too bad. Oh.
Grandma always made quilts out of my aunts and uncles. Can't wear clothes anymore. Yeah, I've been known to do that too, Bruce. Waverly, Tennessee.
What's going on there? What is going on in Waverly, Tennessee? I don't know.
I don't know either. Being bad about recycling.
Some new disaster, probably. Oh my God, 17 inches of rain there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay, that's pretty rough.
That would cause bad flooding. Talking about recycling and reusing, I'm so bad about it that I take the plastic bags we get from the grocery store and cut them into strips and make pads for the homeless to sleep on.
I'll go get that one and show it to them.
All right, I'll be back.
This is really clever. This is really clever. Excuse me. I haven't had my expectorants yet today. So anyway, Kate makes these things out of trash bags, and she's going to take them down to have it given out to the people that populate the homeless shelters and the ones who live under the bridges and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, they don't have much to sleep on. And these things, being made out of trash bags, it works pretty good. And so she's making this one to donate to somebody. Don't know who yet. Somebody will get it.
Okay,
There's a lot to it, but
I take regular trash bags, cut them up into little strips and hook them together. And then I crochet them.
oh, this one's right.
And I make these strips. And the strips are not real thick, but in the wintertime here in South Texas, getting you up off the ground is as important to staying warm as having lots and lots of covering. So they put that down and then put their bedding on top of it. It gets them far enough up off the ground that usually they don't have problems with water, and it keeps them from getting really cold. So.
And you're not on the ground.
And what?
You're not on the ground.
Right.
And it doesn't take much to store it. It's lightweight. They can just roll it up and carry it in their kit.
And I also, on one end of it, put crochet long ties so that they can, when they wrap it up, they can tie the ties around them, and it keeps it rolled up. And on the other end, I put a big long strap so they can carry it either across their body this way and on their back or over their shoulder.
Where did you get this idea?
Pardon?
Where did you get this idea?
I thought years and years ago on a craft site that I went to. There was some ladies up in New England that were making them, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
And by the way, Josh, I would take them eggs, except there's no way for them to cook eggs usually. So I sometimes take an overabundance of the eggs and give them to neighbors around here that don't have a lot of my food.
Drop's family's telling me to get a diffuser and some thyme essential oil would help me breathe easier. Oh, and he's talking about hard-boiled eggs. Go ahead and hard-boil them and then give those out.
Could do that.
That's not a bad idea.
Could do that.
That's not a bad idea. And the idea for your diffuser, do you have any thyme essential oils?
Yes.
Yeah. I know you get quite a few from that, what's the name of that place you get your oils from?
doTERRA.
Yeah.
Cold diffuser and some thyme essential oil will help you breathe easier. We have one that runs every night, and most of the time I put peppermint in it because that helps them clear the mucus and all out a little bit. Took some getting used to. The bags are banned there.
Well, Oregon's got some strange laws, but you can't pump your own gas in Oregon. Did you know that?
You can't what?
You can't pump your own gas.
Where?
In Oregon.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they self-services.
Well, I wouldn't mind having somebody pump my gas. That wouldn't be bad. But what's the point?
I have no idea.
Maybe they're afraid that people will keep topping them off and it'll spill and ruin the environment.
Don't know.
I know at Costco there are big signs that say
Oregon's
don't.
got some strange rules. Oregon's got some strange laws.
Yeah, kind of like California. There are kind of some strange things going on over there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Provides more jobs. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. That's very
Going
true.
back to real service stations again instead of
I wouldn't
gas
mind pulling up saying fill it up.
can't in New Jersey either.
Oh, New Jersey, okay.
Hmm.
Now, when I was a kid, in a little town called Randolph, where I was partly raised.
You can't find a place where people pump your gas for you here unless you're disabled and honk the horn and flash the lights. And sometimes somebody will come out, but usually not.
I started working at a service station when I was about 10 or 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked in the back most of the time I was doing it. I was back there fixing the flat tires when that was very commonly done. We didn't replace the tire. I did a lot of that, and then I was washing windows and checking oil and checking the air and tires. We'd do it all. We'd do it all.
It used to be that ladies did not know how to do that, so there was someone always at the gas station that would do it for them. Hello, Loretta. Welcome. This is your first time with us, I think. Glad to see you.
Was that true American Loretta?
Mm-hmm.
Hello there, and thanks for joining us.
You know, it's almost impossible to find a station here in this part of South Texas where someone will pump your gas. They just don't provide that service anymore.
I think Loretta's telling us it is the first time here. Well, Loretta, I'll tell you what, we have a little custom here on this channel. If this is your first visit, we offer you the option of being on our map.
Let's see. And some over
So
here.
if you would like to tell us just what region you're from or what city, don't have to be specific. Tell us where you are, and we'll put a pin on our map. And you can be yellow, green, red, blue,
Or white.
or white. I think I still have some white. Yep, there's a white. So if you want to pick a color and tell us where you're from,
We'll put your
we can put
pin
you
up on the map.
It's entirely optional. So it's up to you.
Portland does not represent the rest of you. Is that right, Josh?
Yeah, there's some strange stuff.
Northwest Arkansas and blue.
Okay.
Pardon me while I go find
Northwest
Arkansas.
Arkansas. I've been there, up around Bentonville. Around in Walmart land.
Are you near Little Rock or somewhere else, Loretta? Yes, okay, that means she's near.
Okay.
Find it again. There it is. Okay, Miss Loretta,
I think
welcome.
we have one for North Shore up by Toronto. We have that.
I thought we did. Yeah.
Where? Okay, we got one.
You were red, weren't you, Sean?
Hey, listen, if you guys are up part of the Northwest, you got no corner on being stupid. The rest of the country is kind of stupid right now too. So
Loretta, this map doesn't come down to smaller towns. The best in Texas it has Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and San Antonio, and that's all it shows. So only the big cities seem to make it to this map.
And once we get them up there, we really don't have a way to say, okay, this is you, or this is you, or this is you. But we're just trying to kind of figure out what regions we are in, or who's coming to us, and things like that.
Well, Sean, if you would prefer a color other than red, I'll change it. Hi, Gary. Good to see you.
Loretta, Fort Hood is a very well-known area down here. We're over around San Antonio, so... And I was 20 years in the Air Force, so I know where Fort Hood is. Oh, boy. My voice is really bad today.
Well, as long as red is okay with you, I'll leave the red up there. I remember now that I chose the red for you. I put you up there one day when you dropped in, and then we got disconnected, but I put you in. Celtic Bear, news, wheelchair was turned down, saying it was not medically necessary. He's appealing it. Good appeal.
I feel for you on that, Celtic. I do. Like I told you, in a message, that just sucks. That just sucks.
Now, Josh, it doesn't seem to hurt him. He just can't get any volume.
Yeah, I'm going to a doctor in the next week or so. I've got a...
Tuesday, isn't it? No, Monday.
No. Something going on with this. Not with this new doctor. I haven't got an appointment with her yet. I've had a new doctor recommended to me, an otolaryngologist named Jennifer Bergeron. And I'm still waiting to make an appointment with her. I don't know what's going on Monday.
You've got a...
Oh, that's a throat scan. Scan of my throat.
Right. Nope, you don't have anything this week at all.
See, they're doing a CT scan on my neck. See if they can figure out what's going on. My hope, they've changed one of my medications. It's an inhaler. And I went through a span like this some years ago where my voice just really got bad. And it turned out that it was because of the inhaler that I was using. And I'd been using it for a long time. Ultimately it just stopped working, I guess. Anyway, it tore my throat up like it is now. And now this has come on again, same kind of onset and everything. So they've changed my medication again to see if that works. It took a couple of weeks last time.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And they did an x-ray or something of his throat and saw all the white on his throat that was the built-up medicine, and swore up and down he had cancer, and they were ready to take his vocal cords out.
They were going to take my vocal cords out. I said,
He said,
no.
no.
I'll get another opinion.
To listen from the car in a little while. Got to bring Abby to work. Poor baby, she's been working quite a bit lately due to them being short-staffed. Well, praise God, she has a job, and they will use her like that. That is good.
And that she's willing to put in the time too. I know.
Joe, I do
Joe,
that too.
yeah, Kate spends a whole lot of my money on that stuff. Yep.
A whole lot of whose money?
Thank you, Loretta. Appreciate that. Well, I call it my money. There's a little bit of insurance, I guess.
Mm.
Well, Joe, I hope it doesn't get that way for me. But so far, I'm still able to swallow and stuff. And I don't know what's going on. The term that keeps coming back to me is called hyphonia, which is just kind of it's age-related relaxation of the vocal cords. So I don't know.
And the tincture that Albany Mountain sent does help a little bit.
Yeah.
So she's working extra hours, but she's pretty tired between school and work. I bet she
Yeah,
is.
Josh, your workload lately in school has been pretty daunting. I know. I'm glad you're hanging with it, son. I'm glad you're hanging in there. Well, Joe, I thank you for that. If it looks like I
Good
get
for
into
her.
deep water, I'll let you know. Good for Amy. Were you able to find a website for the printable forms? Well, I'm not sure what forms.
Hang on a
you
minute, Ruth.
use. Has she got anything in mind, Amy? Is she looking for something special?
Yes, she's saving for her car.
No, I mean, what kind of kind of car or? Well, let me ask you this: what's her price range, and when's her birthday? We might could surprise her with a little bit of love for her birthday. So I might drop by. I didn't have any trouble retiring, none whatsoever. When I walked away from the day-to-day workforce, I was one happy camper.
Ruth, it's a private group that I'm a member of. I found it, and what I will do is if you will send me your email, I will send you copies of what you want. Cars are cheap right now. I hadn't found that to be true because they're having so much problem replacing the computer chips in them. Well, hello, Ellie. Good to see you.
Amy,
Get on gas.
let me.
Do you have my email, Ruth? Ah, you're going to go into the
Man,
stock market, drop?
$20, pretty good price. Josh doesn't run. Oh, stock market. Yeah, well, good luck there.
Here it is, Ruth.
Well, with $2,000, that'll get her some wheels. That'll work. Birthday is December 14th. Wow.
That was great, Drops. That's a wonderful increase.
Yeah, no kidding. A little different though whenever you're doing it with money that you really need.
Good idea. Okay.
So, Josh, you're into cryptocurrency, huh?
I've got a bunch of crypto on one of the online sites, but I don't know what to do to get to it.
How much you got there?
Last time I checked, it was over 2,000. But it goes up and down so often that by now it might be $2. Who knows? Tried to buy Cordano last week and couldn't get the order to go through. Well, I was on a website called, what was it? Steam. I don't remember right now, but I was on there quite a bit a couple of years ago and uploaded several videos and did a lot of reviews of other videos, and my crypto went way up. It was over $2,000 at that point. But all of a sudden the bottom dropped out of it and I went from 2,000 down to about 150, and then a few days later it started climbing again. It got almost to 2,000 again and then jumped down again. And started thinking if I could figure out how to access it, I would wait till it got almost to 2,000 and sell it real quick, then have the money. But I could never figure out how to access it, so it's just sitting there jumping up and down.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that place either.
Wow. IBM's going to split two companies, going to be a real shock to the buy and hold. Yeah, really. Well, I had a lot of stock in AT&T, and when I retired, I had my choice. I could sell it or I could give it back. So I sold it. That was one of those things. As long as you were an employee, you got to have this stock that the company bought for you. But when you left the company, you left the stock.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you retire with it, then they'll honor it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Sterling had kind of the same deal because I was in a stock purchase plan. It was part of my compensation package.
Same here.
Yeah.
Oh well. When I left AT&T, I got such a wonderful buyout package to retire early. I was not going to complain. Not at all. They did some wonderful things for me. My buyout package allowed me to purchase the home I was living in at that time, free and clear. And that in itself was a huge, huge benefit. Plus, I still have retirement income from them. So I can say nothing but good about that.
Yeah, our retired income now is enough to keep us going. So I've got no complaints.
Thank you, United States Air Force.
And thank you, Lord, for bringing this home to us.
Right. Drops, we still have our home that we're paying on, but we have no credit card debt. We just purchased a new truck, and so we're going to get that paid off. But when we do something like that, we usually pay it off in about half the time we sign up for. So I figure in another year or so, that will be paid off too.
Yeah, I'm paying about $150 extra on the truck each month right now, and that'll go up as I got more to throw at it. But right now, I'm just doing, chipping away with what I can.
And it also, our mortgage payment, I did an online calculator thing, and if we paid an extra $100 per month against our mortgage, it would pay it off in 40 months sooner and save us $20-something thousand in interest.
I made an extra payment on it the other day.
Wonderful. Let's see, Celtic at AT&T. No, I was not an operator at Celtic. I was a computer person. I created the lists that our telemarketers called on. I was the one that made those lists that everybody hates so much. Southwestern Bell. Yes. Well, I started off working with Southwestern Bell, but when they bought AT&T and then everything rolled over, I then became an AT&T. So, when I went to work for Southwestern Bell, it was a wonderful deal. They took care of all kinds of things for you. You went on there, you had amazing benefits package. They don't do anywhere near that anymore. Yes, Joe, I was. I have not worked there for 11 years, but I was. I was the one that did it. I left in 2010, December the 10th, 2010.
Wasn't yours business to business, though?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't yours business to business? Wasn't that who you were working? No.
No, we called individuals at home.
Okay.
Up here, you need to have 80,000 cash just to put a down payment on a cheap house. Yeah.
Yeah. That's well, here for the last year or so, the market's just been going up, 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 up for housing, and then all of a sudden here, I just read this month that it's starting to level out. So we'll see. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with all that crap. It's all artificial anyway. It's just numbers. It's not even real money.
At least I worked for them 15 years, and I still have wonderful benefits. So, and the nice thing about the AT&T package is, if I go before David does, my entire retirement package transfers to him, and he continues to get the amount of money that I got. So while it's not a huge benefit,
it's not exactly an incentive. No, it's not.
It is still additional income that he will get and can depend on. So, okay, we'll see you in a minute, Joe. Average price for a decent home around you, 800,000. Holy cow! My goodness, that's amazing, Sean.
Who can afford that?
No,
You mean you need a 60-year mortgage?
we're on 2 acres of land, and our house is a little over 3,000 square feet, and we were fortunate to get it for what, 154?
150.
150. Okay. So, but we were blessed by this home, by receiving this home. Drops. You got his wife's retirement account when she passed, added a little to the retirement. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but it does help drops when your partner passes, to know that you at least still don't take a huge drop in income. I've seen an awful lot of people over the last 10 or 12 years that partner passes and they have no income. And that has been a real problem.
Well, looking at the cost of housing, we've been fighting for almost a year now to get some modifications made to our home that the VA wants. They're willing to give me a grant to have it done, and I can't find anybody who's willing to do the work. It's a $20,000 job. It's a deck and a back door. That's it. And I've got $20,000 that the VA would make available to have that done. And I can't seem to find anybody that's willing to do the work for that kind of money. They want more money. That one bid came back. I told them clearly up front. I said, I got 20 grand. That's it. That's your limit. And their frickin' bid's $31,000. And that's cut to the bone. So I was just kind of giving up on that. I still got one iron in the fire. But whether or not that's going to work out, I have no idea.
The thing that amazes me is I can remember when I bought my first home in 1969, and I paid $7,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on a 3/4 of an acre of land. So,
hey, Idaho, how you doing? Glad to see you.
Hello, Idaho. Good to see you, Julie. 100 degrees. Holy cow. Oh, it broke 5 days ago. That's good news.
Celtic, the money's there. I've put out the request for bids. I've had people come out and look, take measurements, do this, do that, all the preliminary stuff. I've gotten estimates back. It's just a goat rope. It's just a frickin' goat rope.
In North Shore, you can always call Maine Kevin Builders and see if they'll do the refurb.
Josh's problem with that is it has to be somebody that the VA approves.
Yeah.
And that means
licensed
builders and things of that sort that they have on their list.
Yeah.
So
hello, Annie. Good to see you.
That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
We keep hoping. Keep
I
waiting.
keep trying, every now and then I touch base with the VA guy that's on my case, and he feeds me a platitude or two, and then we move on for another few weeks. The last contact I had was supposedly there's an estimate coming into me that should have been here like Tuesday or Wednesday. Here it is, Sunday, still ain't here. I've begun to now take anything these guys tell me with a grain of salt, because whatever they tell me is just bullshit anyway. So when I see something, I'll see something. Until then, I'm tired of beating my head against the wall about it.
And I'm one of those people that believes the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And if it were mine, I would be calling every day and bugging the boogie snakes out of them. I may not do any good, but I would. They would get tired of hearing my name.
I feel like I do rattle cages now and then, but it's such a serpentine process. There's just so many people involved that no matter who I talk to, they're not the person that can do anything about it. Well, you need to talk to this, or you need to talk to, and then just you get shuffled around. And after a while, you just kind of go, "Why the hell am I doing this?" It's just making me miserable. So I just kind of step back and say, "Okay, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be." Yeah, Josh, I'm sure you can do a lot more good. Yeah,
That's true, Lisa. They are not. Sound like I'm doing a few minutes. Yep. Oh, I have some good news. That is, last week I took my parents to their new primary care physician. And the first thing he did after visiting with both of them was started telling them there's time for them to get into an assisted living facility somewhere. And they have been fighting it and saying they would not go anywhere until a doctor told them they needed to. So now a doctor has told them. And I've started making some phone calls. And Monday I will get back on the phone again. There are two that are within easy driving distance, less than 10 miles from here. And if we can afford it, I'm going to make arrangements and get them into it quickly, because Dad is getting worse.
It'd be the best thing that could happen to him.
He fell and hit his head, and his thinking is not right. There is no concussion, I'm told, but his brain is not right, and he's doing some strange things. So I'm going to get them into assisted living as soon as possible.
It would be a good thing for them and a good thing for Kate, because she's spending probably 3 or 4 days a week over there as it stands right now, making 3 or 4 trips over there every week.
And it's not bad, except it's a 30-minute drive.
Yep.
It's kind of a long drive, and I have a wonderful new truck, but it takes a lot of gas to go 30 minutes one way, and I do it 4 or 5 times a week. So, oh well. It is good news, Celtic. It really is.
Yeah. Then Josh, about you helping me, they have to speak to me. I am the VA member.
Right.
They'll barely speak to Kate. And so it's not like I haven't thought about somebody else working for me on this. They won't talk to anybody else.
Yeah.
So thank you anyway.
Now, unfortunately,
Contractors, the contractor's not the problem. It's the VA that is the problem.
Right.
So the contractor would be more responsive. I mean, the guy that I'm working with right now that is a maybe, he's got jobs that he did 6 or 8 months ago that he still hasn't been paid for, that he did out of good faith. Mm-hmm. And now the VA is just kind of
ignoring
slow rolling him on paying him back for these $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 jobs. Well, he's a small business. He's got maybe a dozen employees in himself, and that's all he does is just rehabs and things like that. Well, you can't get a whole bunch of these $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 packages where it's receivable, but they don't have it. It's the money's not there. They need the money to make their frickin' payroll and so on. And the VA just doesn't give a shit. So
Julie,
don't care.
one of the biggest things we need is we only have one door to the exterior in our house, and we have been trying to get a second or a back door and a deck because we live in a modular home, which is above the ground. You have to have a porch and a deck to get to the ground.
Ground level. About a 4-foot drop.
Right. So, and it'll have to have a ramp because David's in a power chair. So what we're trying to do is get them to, the VA requires that you have 2 doors, but they're not going to help us get the second door. So,
Well,
did I have a
they
chiropractor
claim they
check?
will. You know what I mean? Oh, well, yeah, this program here, just apply with this program, we'll take care of it.
Right.
And they just kind of, oh, yeah, your application's on my desk. Huh? Well, when I get to it, I'll let you know. No, not to it yet. No, haven't seen it lately. Oh, you sent it to me. When was that? Oh, well, all that shit's gone now. Send it to me again.
No, Loretta,
It's
didn't.
just bullshit. Just bullshit.
Hi, Cooking on the Farm. Good to see you.
So don't get me started on that. I tend to get irate about that one because it's just such a joke.
Yes, Celtic, we do, especially if we have a fire and can't get
Yeah.
to the one door we have. We have no way to get out.
I keep telling them that. I said, look, the reason I need this is because of what you're telling me. Not anything I want or need that I think. You're telling me that I need this. And then you drag your feet.
Cooking on the Farm, it's good to see you. I'm glad you came. Calm
Enough
down.
of that. Enough
Calm
of that.
down.
That really winds me up. I really don't want to talk about that.
I'm glad you got here, Cooking on the Farm. I've been wondering where you were.
You've been cooking on the farm?
I'm sure they've been cooking since they live on the farm.
One would hope.
Celtic sends you hugs.
Thank you. I'm just getting. I just try not to get frustrated about it. Yep.
Uh-oh, Joe and Loretta are going to scrap? Whoa.
What's going on? You having an argument?
David, I can relay I'm curious Russian steel case ammo was banned by the State Department. Because it's from Russia? Just get a flight to Mexico, toss your IDs, and walk across the border. They'll give you everything. Not a bad idea. Been tough to make it as our church was getting out. Your live streams often start, but our kids had soccer right at. Oh, I understand that. I understand that completely. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I believe me, Gary. I have given this thing over to God a dozen times.
Yeah. I'm just sick of squeaky wheels. Don't
Yeah,
get
I
moving.
heard that, Celtic. I heard that. And you know, you can't point your finger at any one person.
Oh, I can see now. There was so much junk on my glasses. I was
Christy,
having
that's
trouble reading.
absolutely true. If we could just,
Nothing is frustrating.
if we could get some of the government red tape out of the way, life would be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is tough sometimes.
They won't even test us.
Trust us not.
And around here, you just walk into the local Walmart and get tested for free.
Yeah.
And also get immunized if you want it for free.
Husband's coming just lost all that money from the Russian ammo they used to haul. Huh.
Get my second dose. That's free. Josh, we went with the Johnson & Johnson 1 dose, and neither one of us even had injection site soreness. It was
didn't have
nothing.
any symptoms at all.
I was so glad. But we went a long time. We didn't get it until June.
Well, that was by design. I didn't want to go in.
Yep.
I I have some history in epidemiology. That was part of my old military life. And when they first came out with the vaccines, I thought, okay, that's great, but I want to wait a while till we get some bigger numbers about the efficacy rates and the side effects and reactions and all that kind of stuff. And then all that stuff started rolling out. So about 6 months after it all started, I said, okay, it's time. Let's go get our shots. And I suggested that we get just the single dose since it's
cost of militia 410,000 pounds. The government is covering a max of 275. Oh, Annie, that. I'm sorry to hear that. That is so disheartening.
wow.
Mm.
Defective blocks filled with mice. Oh, Micah. Okay.
What did you think?
I thought it said mice.
Oh, you know what? I read that the first time and did too. And I looked back because I knew that couldn't be it.
Mm.
We have to come
Yeah,
up with
I thought it was
$130,000
mice.
while paying our current mortgage and renting somewhere to live in a house. It's demolished and rebuilt.
Oh my gosh.
Julie, we haven't been told that we need a booster.
Supposedly we don't need a booster. But if we do, I think it's okay to go ahead and get it. So
Josh says maybe she can sell the mice, not the mica, but the mice.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if
Breakfast I put out disappeared. Well, drop. That's a good thing.
the breakfast I put out has disappeared. Mm. Yeah, teenagers. Love teenagers. For good years. Yeah, right.
I always did like teenagers better than younger children. I never was good with younger children.
Yeah,
Teenagers have always been my favorite age.
I like them till they're about 10.
And say I don't like them until they're above 12. Don't want to drive into the taboo here, but I honestly feel just.
What goalposts are you talking about, Joe?
Horsehair in the plaster? Huh.
Huh.
Our dog did the strangest thing last night. We were all watching TV and he was sitting in my lap. And all of a sudden he jumped up and ran towards the door into the garage. And we both looked at him and wondered what was going on. So I got up and I went out there and I flipped on the light and there was a grasshopper. I'm not kidding. It was almost 3 inches long that had hit the door to the garage. How it got in the garage, I don't know, but it hit it and it got the dog running and looking. He was all freaked out from the noises. And it was just this giant grasshopper. And when I went out there this morning, it wasn't there. So apparently it found its way back out again. 100-year-old farmhouse.
He's a pretty good watchdog.
Were they using the horsehair like the straw in bricks and stuff?
That could be.
Hmm?
That could be.
Yeah. Chickens jump in the air
Oh,
to catch
so,
grasshoppers.
yeah, moving the goalposts on that. Yeah, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of good people I know that really disagree with this vaccination program. But I just have to kind of trust the consensus, I guess.
Okay, that would explain it, Chrissy. Long years ago, they used to use all kinds of things when making brick,
Yep.
just as binders.
Yep.
You never knew. If someone walks in, she won't do anything until she sees them for 10 minutes later. She barks like crazy. Oh, poor puppy. That is true, Drops. That is true. Our chicken got a mouse. A mouse made it, I don't know how it made it into the run, but it got into the run. And the next morning, there was no mouse there anymore. So they're like hogs. Hogs will eat anything too. Don't ever fall down in a hog pen because they, They'll even eat the bones.
Yep.
So, it's a
Many,
job,
many,
and I am
many years
100%
ago, they used to be
support others' choices.
they were a good way to dispose of the bodies.
Yep. Joe, I feel that I support others' choices as well. That they have the right to make their own choices, just like we do.
I try to do that as well, but I'll tell you what, when you're dealing with a pandemic, you kind of have to take a critical look at your thinking
Poor Mickey Mouse.
because
Sorry.
a pandemic isn't over until everyone has been exposed. Everyone.
No, you didn't show us your hog's drops.
And so that's kind of where we're at. Sooner or later, everyone will be exposed. But for those that are vaccinated, hopefully they'll walk right on by. But the virus could also mutate again. This Delta variant apparently is a killer, and it's even worse than the original. And again, it's
I think one day.
I don't believe this is all natural. That's the hell. I cannot. With what little bit I know about epidemiology and diseases and how they're made, I can't buy the fact that this all happened just naturally in these wet markets over in China. I just don't believe it. I do not believe it was accidental.
Amanda, I think that that is coming closer than we know because there are so many places now that you must prove you have been vaccinated. You have to carry your little card.
Yeah.
If you don't carry your little card and show it, you can't do what you're wanting to do. So I think it's coming sooner than we expect.
Drop, I'm the same way. I'm as healthy as a horse ordinarily. I can count on one hand the number of times I've even had a cold in my life. In my previous marriage, my wife worked in daycares and preschools for 20 years. And she was always sick, and I was never sick. And I was exposed to everything. And I've had the flu one time in my life, and that was when I was a teenager. And other than that, I've never had the flu. I'm healthy. I've got, as I tell everybody, I have the genetics of the European peasants who survived everything. And back in the Middle Ages, all the bubonics and the pneumonics and the Black Death and the cholera and all those other diseases. My people came through it. Yeah, well.
Don't mess with God's stuff. I like that. Well, I have such a compromised immune system, but it's not for things like the flu and the cold and stuff like that. I get things like cancer.
Well, North Shore, there's never really any interest in much of anything until the money comes out, is there? Yep.
Yeah.
And that's,
The
other thing is, we go and we get the shots for free. Somebody's paying for those shots. And somehow it's us. Well, it is us. They're not taking the money from us right there on the spot. It's coming to them some other way. It's somewhere in our other monies that they take from us that we have absolutely no idea what they're doing with it. That's where it comes from. But they're getting paid. Believe me, these drug companies are getting paid. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their
they're
hearts.
in business to get paid. They're not going to do things for free.
They're not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, no. Yep. But where is this all going to end up? Is a good question. Our generations, we've not had to live with a pandemic, and this one is teaching us lessons that we'd rather not learn. And there's enough communication in the world now to where we're afraid for a lot of different reasons.
Julie, Amy is listening, but she's taking her daughter to work too. So she's been listening on her phone. Yeah,
I'll tell you, issues is one of my big beefs insulin should be dirt cheap or free. Diabetes is not a choice, and they make it so damn expensive.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Well, I see that we've been on for an hour and 8 seconds. Anybody have any prayer requests that we need to add to our list?
Well, Joe, if you got that kind of, that's, I'm going to say that's a courageous stand, because it is. I will avail myself of what I think is appropriate and resist that which I feel is not. So it's kind of where I'm at on that one. And to me, vaccination is relatively minor.
Julie, if you haven't heard, one of the Broussard's daughters is moving to Tennessee.
She is. Who's that, Cheyenne?
Pardon?
Who, Cheyenne?
No, Katie. The one you don't know much about.
Well,
got you, Sean. I got you on there already.
Well, folks, I'm going to take my break. If you're going to hang around, are you leaving too, sweetheart? You want to stay around a bit?
For a few minutes to get prayer requests.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go. So thank you for coming, folks. Josh, good talking to you. Take care of yourself, my boy.
Thanks, Joe.
And everybody else, too. You guys take care and be careful out there. Just remember that we all kind of try to look out for one another, so it's the only way to go. Take care. Get this other leg out. Maybe I can go. Maybe I can. Oh, boy.
Oh, thank you, Sean. I will. Bye, Gary. Yes, Lisa. Okay. Will do, Josh. When I get off, Josh says to give you a hug from him.
Okay.
And Joe says he'll send you pictures of the new toys.
Okay.
He said, okay. Oh, Julie, I'm so sorry for your loss. That's heartbreaking. My mom lost my dad after 54 years, and she was truly lost as well. I was fortunate in that I was close to her physically and was able to be with her for a lot of that time. So thank you, Celtic, and the same back to you. You're welcome. I lost my husband of 36 years, and a couple of years later, David and I got together. Just showed that the Lord knew I would be lost without someone. Josh, take care. Good luck with, I think you had said you had a test coming up, and good luck with that as well. Actually, it was a blessing, Julie, because he had really bad cancer. And it was a blessing because he was in pain. And it happened so quickly that it was done and over with in no time. Loretta, I do hope you come again. We're on every Sunday from 1 o'clock Central Time. And I would love to have you come back and join us. Pray for your family. Okay. Let's see. Got you down. Take care, Lisa. Have a wonderful day. Okay. Well, if there are no others, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. You all take care. Be safe. God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same station. Bye.